West Nile too. There you go.
What did mosquito?
Very nice. All right, what's up?
We are gardeners.
Oh shit. Sorry. Fucking Mongos. You gotta make 2 fucking cents. Some shitty ad. I get it. I get it, man. I get it. Yo, Teddy. What the hell, man? What the hell is going on, man?
In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Yes, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Karen, she's a silver sun. Best to walk away and watch her shine. Watch her watch the morning come. A silver tear appearing now. I'm crying and I'm going to Carolina in my mind. There ain't no doubt in no one's mind that love's the finest thing around. Whispered something soft and kind. And hey babe, the sky's on fire. I'm dying and I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Yes, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Dark inside and late last night, think I might have heard the highway calling. Geese in flight and dogs that bite. The signs, they might be omens. Say I'm going to Carolina in my mind. With a holy host of others standing around me. Still I'm on the dark side of the moon. And it seems like it goes on like this forever. You must forgive me if I'm up and going to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Yes, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Going to Carolina in my mind. Going to Carolina, I'm going. Say nice things about me, I'm going to Carolina in my mind.
Sweet. I like those two. You guys like those guys? Guys and gals? All right, one more. Uno plan. Uno más. I don't know, man.
Everyone
gotta-
understands
hold
that your
on.
bag,
Fuck,
your
gotta sell
scarf,
some
and your
shit.
umbrella.
Gotta sell some stupid shit. Yeah, those guitars are sweet, man. Yeah, they got some nice guitars. They sound great, right? They got great recordings. Oh my goodness. They're doing all this shit out on the laptop. I love it, man. I love it. All right, one more, and they'll get to the video. Here we go. One more, man. Hold on. Oh, I gotta turn it up. Shit. Let's see if they can pull this one off. Let's see. They've surprised me a couple times.
I'll light the fire. You'll place the flowers in the vase that you bought today.
Staring at the fire for hours and hours while I listen to you play your love songs all night long for me, only for me.
Come to me now and rest your head for just 5 minutes. Everything is done. Such a cozy room.
Such a cozy room.
The windows are illuminated by the evening sunshine through them. Fiery gems for you, only for you. I It's a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you and I. It's a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you and I.
Very nice, very nice. It was all right.
Yes.
The original is way better. I'm sorry. But it was good. All right, let's get to it. Here we go. Aaron and Melissa. I have not seen this. Maybe you guys have, man. Interesting stuff. Let's do it.
I was going to ask you that.
Everyone's distracted right now about all this stuff that's going on, and they're fighting amongst themselves. All of that, though,
And the list.
the list, which I think is extremely important, the list. I mean, I think if you find out that you're being run by criminals who are blackmailed on both sides of the aisle, it's probably a pretty important thing to know. But behind all of that, there's one thing that, well, it's a fact that the government is admitting about itself. And no one reads these reports, and so it's basically like every year they say some of this stuff, and they admit things, and the media is not doing its job, so it's not going to tell you this. Nobody's really talking about it. They are, but they're not. They're not showing you in
Tommy.
plain language that you could actually see. Well, I won't say plain language because the way they write these reports is very...
It's not that plain.
Left.
it actually is mind-numbing and obtuse and vague and done in such a manner that you will actually fall asleep by page 2, so you'll never get to page, 215 and actually see what's going on. That's what they actually do. But you need to see this for yourself. You need to show this to your friends. They need to see it. You need to go look this up, read it for yourself too when I'm done here. I'm not going to read you all 245 pages of this because you will fall asleep. Your brain will liquefy. It might leak out your ears.
Yeah, everyone talks about the $37 trillion debt clock and counting at a crazy rate. It is crazy. It's totally crazy. But then, more quietly, they have an annual report from the Treasury Department to Congress on the real government financial condition, which includes drastically more money and unfunded liabilities and other obligations that the federal government has signed on to. This report was put out by Brian McGlinchey of Stark Realities, and it was over on Zero Hedge.
And it says right here, according to him, that we're not in $37 trillion in national debt. Everyone got the little debt clock, but that's not true. Actually, according to a barely publicized Treasury report, the actual grand total of Uncle Sam's obligations is more than $151 trillion. That's insane. So I thought, I'm going to go get the actual report, though, because I want to see these numbers for myself. I'm one of those people. I like to do that, even though I hate reading reports like this because, like I said, they're written in language that's meant to hypnotize you and put you to sleep before any meaningful conclusions can be drawn from what's written in them. And
That's
I hate
hilarious.
it. And I hate it with a passion, okay? The fire of 1,000 suns. But I did this anyway. And once I started doing it, I realized that there's no way for any of us to actually know anything about any of these numbers being True, real.
It's kind of like the astronomical numbers. You guys heard that term, man? Astronomical numbers. That's like how far the stars are. They're astronomical. They're in the trillions, billions and trillions.
Even remotely close to accurate representations of reality, nothing. Okay? So you need to see this report for yourself. I've highlighted some things. Now, it goes straight into this letter from Janet Yellen that was written in January of 2025 about how great everything was. They started off on a really positive note about how positive everything is. Inflation's down, unemployment rates are near historic lows, economic growth is strong. They say all the buzz phrases that should make you think that everything is just peachy. And then they start going through the contents and notes and all of this stuff, right? And it's a lot of charts. It looks like a PowerPoint presentation someone gave in the 90s. It's actually really sad that this much money is spent on the government. They can't even write a report that doesn't look like this. But anyway, I figured out once I started scrolling down, and there's some pretty crazy stuff in here, but I'm not even going to get to that because you don't even need to do all of that. What you need to do is go straight to page 215. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go straight to page 215 because this is what you actually need to know. Because you'll read all this other stuff. You'll see all these charts. You'll be like, this is very official looking. All of these numbers, all of these bullet points, all of these figures, blah, blah, blah. All this talking, all these words, all this semantic house of cards. But if you get down in here.
You're talking about page 208, but the PDF is page 215.
Okay, yeah,
right?
yeah. Technically, it's on the page written is 208. But if you type in the page number at the sidebar, it'll be 215. Yes, thank you for clarifying that. But this is where you will come upon the Independent Auditor's Report from the U.S. Government Accountability Office. This is what you actually need to see, all right? Because for 28 consecutive years now, the Government Accountability Office has been disclaiming opinions about all of this information that's in this report for 28 years. What does that mean? It means that the auditors are unable to obtain sufficient information, evidence, data to even express an opinion on what is being communicated in this report, let alone to actually audit or evaluate any of it, which suggests that the reliability of the information contained in this report is basically non-existent. There isn't any, because they do not have any faith whatsoever in the information that is being presented. That is what that means, to disclaim an opinion. And they've been doing that now since at least 1997. In fact, I found this press release from 2006 on the U.S. Government Accountability Office that says U.S. financial statements received disclaimer of opinion for 10th straight year. So at least going back to well, in the report it says 97, at least going back to 1997, the auditors of the Government Accountability Office have not been able to do their job, really.
Okay, but this report required by Congress has only been law since 1994. That's 28 years out of 31 years total, 31 years, depending on when the first one came out.
Exactly.
So it's pretty much the whole time.
The whole time, guys. That's what I'm saying. So you need to see this part of the report, because this is the level we're actually at, and nobody's really, like, everyone knows, like, the budget's not balanced, everyone knows we're in horrible debt, but you need to actually see what that actually means in when it's spelled out by the one office we're supposed to have, that the whole purpose of it existing is accountability, okay? So here's what those people are saying. It says, in our audits of the U.S. government's consolidated financial statements as of and for fiscal years ended September 30, 2024 and 2023, we found the following. Certain material weaknesses in internal control over financial reporting and other limitations on the scope of our work resulted in conditions that continued to prevent us from expressing an opinion on the accompanying accrual-based consolidated financial statements for those years. Now, they use this phrase material weaknesses, which I think is a really fun semantics game they're playing, and that is defined down here in a footnote and you need to see that because they use it over and over and over again. So you need to know what that means. A material weakness is a deficiency or combination of deficiencies in internal control over financial reporting, such that there is a reasonable possibility that a misstatement of financial statements will not be prevented. And even describing this is convoluted, passive voice euphemisms instead of just telling you what it actually says. In plain language, what this means is the way that they are keeping their financial records is so fundamentally flawed that there's a reasonable possibility that the stuff in here is not true. Material misstatement. The way they're doing this is so flawed that the information that's being reported is probably not correct. That's basically what that says. It says that...
Yeah, if I went to college and wrote a thesis and the professor questioned it, I'd say it was like a material misstatement. You just have to overlook that, bro.
A deficiency in internal control exists when the design or operation of a control does not allow management or employees in the normal course of performing their assigned functions to prevent, detect, and correct misstatements on a timely basis. So, in other words, material weakness means they don't have good data. They cannot trust these figures. They cannot trust anything that's being reported is what that means. If they say there's a material weakness, that's essentially what that means. It means there's no accountability. You can't match up what are in some cases in this report billions of dollars in transactions.
I mean, when you put this into perspective, back in 1994, 93, 94, Congress is far from perfect, but basically they mandated that the Treasury give them an annual report of all the real facts because, after all, constitutionally, it's Congress that's supposed to have power of the purse and the funding, even though the Treasury Department is under the executive branch. So when that legislation became law in 94, the result of it was a Treasury Department report that says, actually, the dog ate my homework. These numbers are no good. There was water spilled on this. I can't read this number. We've got inspector generals who are out with stomach aches today. And
I remember that. He's out. He doesn't feel good.
So basically, none of these numbers are real, and you can't rely on anyone. So there's your information, Congress. Good luck balancing the budget or being accountable to the people in any way. We're an executive branch.
Exactly. That's what this is like.
It's a problem that goes all the way back to the founding of the country. It's a problem that popped up with Doge and Elon Musk, even, playing his side of that.
Attempting to do literally anything at all, basically.
Not that I'm endorsing his side of it either. I'm just saying, to the extent that Congress ever expressed an intent to properly manage fiscal matters and even just have knowledge and disclosure of the money, it was pretty much obfuscated.
So it starts with the material weaknesses, which prevent them from expressing an opinion about or being able to audit at all, because there's just the data is so bad. Then it says material weaknesses resulted in ineffective internal control over financial reporting for fiscal year 2024, and material weaknesses and other scope limitations, limited tests of compliance with selected provisions of applicable laws, regulations, contracts, and grant agreements for fiscal year 2024. So basically, none of this information that's contained in this report is trustworthy. And the further you scroll down in here, they lay it all out. They say, because of the significance of the related matters described in the basis for their disclaimer of opinion, we were not able to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence to provide a basis for an audit opinion. We were not, yeah, that's what they keep saying. Then it says, the federal government is not able to demonstrate the reliability of significant portions of the accompanying accrual-based consolidated financial statements as of and for fiscal years ended September 30, 2024 and 2023, principally because of the limitations related to certain material weaknesses in internal control over financial reporting and other limitations affecting the reliability of these statements and the scope of our work. The federal government did not maintain adequate systems or have sufficient appropriate evidence to support certain material information reported in these statements. The underlying material weaknesses, blah, 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 specifically concern the federal government's inability to satisfactorily determine that property, plant, and equipment and inventories and related property primarily held by the Department of Defense were properly reported, reasonably estimate the value of loans receivable and loan guarantees, most notably at the Small Business Administration and the Department of Education. So they don't really know about that. They can't reasonably estimate the value of loans and loan guarantees at the Department of Education. You know, the loans that they're getting all of us to fight with each other over, they don't know, okay? The government does not even know. Says they cannot reasonably estimate or adequately support amounts reported for certain liabilities, such as environmental and disposal liabilities, and things like nuclear cleanup and stuff like that, or determine whether commitments and contingencies were complete and properly reported. Cannot support significant portions of the reported total net cost of operations, most notably related to the Department of Defense, the Small Business Association, the Department of Education, and security assistance accounts, and adequately reconcile disbursement activity at certain federal entities. Cannot adequately account for intragovernmental activity and balances between federal entities. Cannot reasonably assure that the consolidated financial statements are 1, consistent with the underlying audited entity's financial statements, 2, properly balanced. They can't assure these are properly balanced, okay? And 3, in accordance with the U.S. generally accepted accounting principles. They cannot reasonably assure that the information in the reconciliations of net operating cost and budget deficit and the statements of changes in cash balance from budget and other activities is complete, properly supported, and consistent with the underlying information in the audited entity's financial statements and other financial data. Then it says, these material weaknesses, that is, lack of any data that's reliable at all, continue to, number 1, hamper the federal government's ability to reliably report a significant portion of its assets, liabilities, costs, and other related information. Number 2, affect the federal government's ability to reliably measure the full cost, as well as financial and non-financial performance of government programs and activities. Number 3, impair the federal government's ability to adequately safeguard significant assets and properly record various transactions. And 4, hinder the federal government from having reliable, useful, and timely financial information to operate effectively and efficiently. Period. Like, that is what this says, okay?
So, junk in, junk out. I mean, if you never have reliable numbers, you can't make a reliable assessment. And you've got inspectors general not even properly reporting. If they're even appointed, that's become a growing problem. Inspector generals not even appointed for,
well, what's the
Inspector General vacate.
point of having one? Because they're not turning in reports. Then the reports they are turning in don't have any data in them that actually is based on factual reality in any kind of conceivable way.
Sounds a little bit like NASA. Kind of with their rocketry equations. They're all based on a flat Earth. Yeah, I got you.
They expect every single American household to have an exact accounting of all their finances throughout the year, a portion. Meanwhile, we're used to the post-World War II period being filled with black budgets. You know, the Department of Defense, the military, the CIA, and all these special secret agencies. They operate on a black budget. You never find the bottom of it, and they're funding proxy wars and carrying out secret wars that are immensely expensive. It's a terrible problem for our system of government, but we're accustomed to that. But basically what this report boils down to is that the entire federal government operates on a black budget.
Basically, yes. That is it.
That's a good point, man. The whole thing's a black budget, Tommy. And yeah, it's all run by the Brits. Yeah, they got the rules with the money. They got the money. America's got the wars. And, yeah, we're the police, and they're the banksters, man. The British rule, baby.
You have just hit the nail on the head. because they don't know.
And that's before you get into the Federal Reserve printing the money.
Like, that's the other thing. Congress cannot possibly do its job. It's not even possible for Congress to do. That's before you get into, like, should they be allowed to insider trade, which of course they totally are, and they don't care how corrupt they look and all that stuff. None of these numbers they're getting mean anything. They don't mean anything. That's what this is. It's all an illusion.
And it's clear that the Federal Reserve is not a government agency. They're not accountable. They certainly don't submit an audit report. And if they did, it would be as blank as this one.
Pretty much.
But they're accountable to no one. They manipulate things. They print at will. They all get a percentage. Their shareholders profit. And we can't know any of that. We can't even know who the shareholders are. But then, in as much as the Federal Reserve, to a degree, services the U.S. federal government and the Treasury, we can't even get basic numbers on those expenditures and account items.
We can't.
It's insane.
We don't
It's
have
insane.
anything. And it actually even goes on to say that in addition, the government did not adequately account for or report the entire special financial assistance program that they did under the American Rescue Plan Act in 2021. So all that COVID stuff, they didn't report or account for any of it. They just did stuff and whatever. All this inflation that we've seen, all this stuff that has happened since. Financially, they did not account for and report any of the stuff they did with that whole special financial assistance program thing they did.
Government Accountability Office building. Damn. With the mask. I love that. Damn. Fucking Mongos. What are we gonna do, man? Give me some answers there in the chat. You guys are smart. What the fuck are we gonna do, man? I don't know.
There's just nothing there. And it says that this program is supposed to provide payments to eligible multi-employer pension plans, enabling them to pay benefits at plan levels through 2051. That's what this says. And that plans are not required to repay amounts received from this program, which they did not adequately account for or report on. So there's that. There's just another thing, I guess, whatever. And then
that would be nice. A closed sign. That's a good start. Closed. You're freaking closed.
as you get down here, they straight up say, as a result of the significant uncertainties and material weaknesses, readers are cautioned, like if anyone even reads this report down here to this page, all the way towards the end, readers are cautioned that this page, which is marked 212, but is 219 in the program, readers are cautioned that amounts reported in the 2024 and 2023 statements of long-term fiscal projections, the 2024, 23, 22, 21, and 20 statements of social insurance, which is something that directly affects a lot of millions of people's lives, the 2024 and 2023 statements of changes in social insurance amounts and related notes to these financial statements may not fairly present in all material aspects the sustainability information for those years in accordance with U.S. generally accepted accounting principles. So in other words, because we have bad data, we can't give you an audit or report on even what's going on right now. We also can't.
Yeah, I mean, I wish all of us could just do that. You know, just like, hey, man, I can't really give you the account on that, bro. Nah, I don't think I owe you that much money. No. I can't account for it, bro. I don't have the data. Sorry.
Can't project long-term future anything. We can't project anything. We have no estimates that really mean anything. That is what that basically says. We're making these fiscal projections based on basically nothing. That's what it says.
I should send that statement to the tax man, when he goes, hey, man, you owe us this much. I'll be like, these financial statements may not fairly represent all the materials as sustainability information for the year's accordance, whatever. that would be hilarious. They'd be like, what the fuck? I go, that's kind of how you guys roll. You know, why can't I roll like that, bro? You know.
I'm going to scroll down. I'm not
What's
going
up
to
with
read
that?
all of this because, like I said, it just gets really tedious and repetitive. But you should at least go read these 30 pages for yourself just to see for yourself that it's all right here in black and white. Other limitations on the scope of our work. For the fiscal years of 2024 and 23, there were other limitations on the scope of the Government Accountability Office auditors. The additional limitations primarily relate to obtaining adequate representations from management regarding the financial statements. Now that is a really nice way of saying we couldn't get anyone to vouch for
Yeah.
the reports that they gave us
I don't know.
to
I
audit.
don't know what happened.
We couldn't get any of these people in management of these government agencies
I'm
to
busy.
vouch, okay, for the data
I'll
they're
get
giving
back.
us.
I'll get back to you on that. Let me get
The
back to you.
government is fundamentally unaccountable in some very basic and key ways.
I mean, you turn in these reports, you got to have someone that signs off on it and says, you know, this information is correct. You know how they make you sign that stuff all the time in your own life.
You got to sign,
I
sign,
swear
sign.
that, you know, this info is true to the best of my knowledge and that nothing important is being hidden or, you know, has been manipulated or whatever, right? But they're saying here they couldn't get adequate representations from management regarding the financial statements. That means that they didn't get good assurance that what's here is not weak or missing information.
What
or
it means is
details.
that the executive
They
branch,
can't do their job.
they nominally complied with Congress's requirement by saying, well, we can't really guarantee these numbers since we never got good numbers, but here's your report.
Yeah, that's all they're required to do is have a report. You know, whether it's they just tell you the truth in the report or not, whatever. Melissa's laughing. I'm with her, man. And yeah, it would be hilarious. It's just like, yeah. It's like, sorry, bro.
It's like
Since we never got good numbers, but here's your report.
it's like you could just get AI to write like some big long report. It doesn't mean that it means anything, and that's what this is. It's a big long report filled with lots of, you know, graphs and charts that look like they were made in freaking, I don't know,
PowerPoint 1998. I made exact PowerPoints that look exact. 1998, man. Yeah, it looks exactly like 1998. Damn. 100%.
PowerPoint presentation in the mid 90s, and they don't mean anything. Then it said, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I mean, what it boils down
You go
to
ahead.
is the debt we think we know, which is bad enough and already staggering, pales in comparison to the obligations this government has made, and we don't know the real numbers.
We don't know what
one-
they are.
No one can know
It's
the real
not possible.
numbers. It is not knowable. It's worse than a house of cards because it's as if there aren't even cards.
Yeah.
Okay. But the one thing they are sure about is that they made a lot of social obligations, especially for Medicare and Social Security, i.e., the one department of the federal government's largesse that directly impacts and potentially benefits actual people of this country.
When Social Security was first founded, those who established it, it was started out as a 2% tax, and they said this will never take more than 6% of your income. Today, it takes 12.4%, and depending on whether you go with CBO or Social Security trustees, it needs to take between 15.8 and 17.5%. So we're talking about thousands of dollars more per year. It also was actually only originally recommended that the tax be up to $66,000, equivalent in today's dollars of earnings. But over time, it has expanded massively, and the money has been spent every year. So whereas everybody thinks this money's been set aside for me, no, for the past 13 years, every dollar that has gone out of workers' paychecks has gone immediately to pay promised benefits. And that's what happens when you have a system that enables those in charge of it to spend the money in the immediate term and leave the buck to the next generation that's coming along.
AI is new. Yeah, it's been around at least 20 years. They gave us this. It's a cute little version of AI. It works pretty good. But yeah, they've had this super AI for at least 20 years. So be careful out there, yeah. Be careful.
instance, he just brought up the Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security, because I think that's what a lot of people are super focused on, because there are a lot of people who that's their whole way of life is based upon that being a thing that exists. But they're basically saying in here that we've got maybe 8 years left. We got less than a decade left of that program having the funds to even pay for it. And again, that's if you could even go off these numbers, which, like I said, they cannot. They cannot go off of these numbers. But there's some really creepy, ethically disturbing things that have been written in this report, and I'm not going to get into all of that.
You got no right to your SSI, man. Sorry, bro. Why? I mean, yeah, we just spend it however we want. We just spend it however we want, man.
You can go look it for yourself. But an example of what I mean by that you can find on the bottom of page 179 under Social Security and Medicare sensitivity analysis. I'm going to the very last paragraph here at the bottom under that header. It says the following tables show the present values of the estimated excess of Social Security and Medicare costs over income for the 75-year period using various assumptions, which are shown in parentheses. And then it says the low-cost alternative is characterized by assumptions that improve the financial status of the program relative to the intermediate assumption, such as slower improvement in mortality, parentheses, beneficiaries die younger. Basically, they put that in there as a best case scenario.
Best case scenario.
So the cold hard
everybody,
facts
sign up
of
for
this
this.
document.
Sign up for this free medical procedure. Got you covered. Come on, you old people. You guys really need this stuff. Sign up. It's free, man. Don't worry about it. It might kill you, but it's free. Don't worry about it. If it's what the
As a financial
Shit, I gotta
document,
back that up.
cold
Hold
hard
on.
facts of this document.
Fuck. I'm sorry.
In relative to some 5-year period using various assumptions, which are shown in parentheses.
It's the COVID reparations, baby. Yeah, that's it.
And then it says,
Oh, my goodness.
the low-cost alternative is characterized by assumptions that improve the financial status of the program relative to the intermediate assumption, such as slower improvement in mortality, parentheses,
Slower improvement in immortality. Dude, write that down, Indio. That's hilarious. Come on.
as slower improvement in mortality, parentheses, beneficiaries die younger. Basically, they put that in there as
They did put it in there, man. Basically, you're going to die young, you dumbass.
case scenario. So the cold, hard facts of this.
I couldn't make this up if I had to, man. I don't think AI could make this up. This is crazy.
This document, as a financial document, which they just admitted in the government accountability section, shows you they can't go on these numbers anyways. But they have outlined in here that a low-cost alternative, as they call it, is that there is slower improvement in mortality, parentheses, beneficiaries die younger. So...
And their wish came true. That's right, India.
It's stunning.
From a purely fiscal standpoint, which is how this is written,
Oh, shit.
that is what they are saying. On the next page is the chart, and then underneath that chart, it says the average annual reduction in death rates. If people die at younger ages, Social Security income relative to cost would decrease by $5.1 trillion. But if they live longer, the shortfall would increase by $6 trillion.
Basically, anyone who cares about this finance has a vested interest in hoping people die as soon as possible. So they
Right.
don't have to pay them
Exactly.
programs they promised them and that many people are counting on, which are nonetheless unconstitutional programs. But this country got hooked on FDR-related programs and other social
The big deal.
programs. It's a total departure from the Constitution and the way this country was set up.
And by the way, Social Security, for those of you that don't know, this group up here in 1983 voted to tax Social Security. And then a few years later, tax it again. It's all a scam. This is all a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off $2,000 to $3,000. Impossible. It's impossible. Because what happens, it comes up here, we spend it. We're $35 trillion in debt. We don't have any money. We're dead broke.
But by way of funny money, real people's lives, real people who actually exist.
No, this is affecting us. Like,
they
this
are
affects
dependent
everyone.
on this fake money that's so fake they can't even admit to Congress how much money it even is.
Then it straight up admits on page 218, okay, long-standing financial management system weaknesses at several large CFO Act agencies, along with the size and complexity of the federal government, which was never, ever supposed to be this gargantuan Leviathan octopus system that it has become. It was never supposed to be like this under the framework of the Constitution. This is not how things are supposed to be at all. It blames the size and complexity of the federal government as continuing to present a formidable management challenge in providing accountability and contribute significantly to material weaknesses and limitations that are discussed in this audit report. So they're admitting to you right there, ladies and gentlemen, that this government is too big for them to even financially manage it all, let alone have any accountability whatsoever.
Too big to even account for even internally, much less for people to lobby their representatives to politely ask the deep state to please, reduce some programs and be more reasonable. It's so out of control, even the people in government can't account for how large, complex, and expensive it is.
No, have you seen the memes? It's like, for a millennial, my retirement plan is societal collapse. People are making, they're like
No,
sewing little pillows that say that and putting them on their couch because that's the level we're at.
Have you seen that? I've never seen that. Holy shit. It's kind of mine too, but yeah, I agree with that. Let's do it.
For a millennial, my retirement plan is societal collapse. People are making, they're like sewing little pillows that say that and putting them on their couch because that's the level we're at. We all know this isn't going to be here for us and anyone coming up after us.
Well, meanwhile, the aging boomers of all our families, everyone
they're reliant on it. There's a lot of people that are reliant on this, though. They can't pay any bills without this.
I mean, some people have their own personal investments and retirement funds, but for a lot of people, this is basically all they got. And that money is running out, less than a decade?
Yes.
Maybe it already has run out.
Well, they keep changing it in here.
Actually,
there's several different years.
For all we know, it 100% ran out
we don't
years
know
ago
anything.
because we don't even know the real numbers.
Because they're not even printing money anymore. They're just moving digits around on a screen somewhere. Like this, it's not connected to reality in any possible way. That is what this says.
And then taxpayers have $2 trillion in credit card debt. We are in huge trouble. In this body, we had better start figuring that out because we're going to have a run on this city here soon, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, where's our damn money that we paid in?
So between the lines of this report, it first of all says the executive branch is not going to tell the elected Congress any real information. Second, it says this is a bursting bubble that's going to be a huge financial problem, and there's basically 3 or 4 main routes on how that could be handled. One is the government, near default, may just simply fail to fulfill its obligations and wouldn't pay out. 2, they print money. They print more and more money like they do for every crisis from the Federal Reserve, lend it to the Treasury at interest, and then give it to these programs through a system that will create insane hyperinflation. And then basically there would be some form of economic collapse, all of which, the pain and burden of it would fall on us ordinary people. Another thing they could do is sell government bonds to get ordinary people and institutional investors to loan them the money to pay for this. However, at least the institutional investors and those who are wise in the financial area know how risky It is for the government that can't afford its own programs, so they're demanding higher interest rates to pay back for those bonds, which in some cases have already outstripped the debt that they're trying to fulfill. Okay?
Damn, that's complicated. That's complicated shit, man. Indio, you still there, man? I got a question. Anyway.
The final leg of that chair, which is not going to stand, is reducing the number of beneficiaries that they've promised to pay out by shortening their lifespan,
Which
is
they
the
mentioned in here.
which is the eugenical front of this. And where does this show up in everyday society? Which crises of the past several years?
Yeah, can you think of anything that's happened in the last 5 years that was real weird, didn't make a whole lot of sense? I don't know. It's kind of...
I have no idea. I mean, everybody wearing masks, keeping their distance. There's a lot of stuff going on back then. Yeah, that whole shit show. Yeah.
Kind of hard. Like, what was that happened that was very...
Yeah, I'm looking for solutions. I got one, but I can't say it on here. But if you DM me, man, I might let you know. What's up? Any solutions? Yeah, you got to start local, I guess. That would be a good one. I like it.
very strange, and everyone's like...
You got to end the dependency. Yeah, I mean, I get it, man. You put into a system, you spent 30 years, you worked. You want to get paid, man. Welcome to boomer mentality, man. That's boomer stuff, man. It's just been going on for, everybody I know, all my boomer friends, they're just riding the old check every month, bro. And some of them got big checks, some got little. It's everywhere in between, but, without those checks, man, it's all it's over. And it's going to go quick. But, yeah. There's so much fraud, man. There's so much corruption that I've been saying this for decades. I'm like, if we could get rid of the fraud and corruption, we got plenty of money to take care of everybody. Plenty. But that's not how it works, man. It's not how it worked out. There's people with, 10 houses, and there's people with no houses. And it's like, well, wait a minute, man. What's up, bro? What's up with that? Yeah, it's just, there's fraud. That's fraud, man, in my opinion. You cannot own 10 houses and not commit fraud. That's impossible. So, got to get rid of the fraud. It's got to go.
Like, why would that be the case?
There are people quite literally banking on the shortening of life. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. That is what is on the table.
Right.
Economics that don't compute. Math that not only doesn't work, but math that can't work because they don't even have the proper inputs.
Sounds like NASA a little bit, right? Their math don't work, man. This rocket equation thing, outer space, vacuum container, it's not working out for them either. And those are astronomical numbers, bro. Hey, you guys, we're flying around. There's people flying around the moon tonight. Did you guys know that? To the moon, Alice. To the moon. Get the fuck out of here. Get
Incredibly insolvent. There's no... This is like that part of a cartoon where they're driving a car that's like already junking out down the hill, and the parts just all start flying off, and by the time the cartoon character gets to the bottom of the hill, every single part of the car is gone, and the character's just basically sitting in a chair with a steering wheel. That's what's going on. That's what's actually going on. And people are paying taxes to this. People are paying taxes to this, and that's what they're doing. In fact, they just released a new thing where you can Venmo or PayPal the government to pay down the debt. They're trying to get people...
Get the fuck out of here. What? You can Venmo the government, Let me give you a couple extra bucks, We got a lot of debt. Let's pay it down. What?
Thing where you can Venmo or PayPal the government to pay down the debt. They're trying to get people to send them PayPal.
So, I want you to PayPal the government or Venmo or Zelle. I think they probably take Zelle by now. Some money because, you know, you're a good person, Sue, and you want to pay down the debt. Are you kidding me? They actually have this right there, just in. Disclose TV. Accepting Venmo and PayPal payments for those who want to donate money to reduce the national debt of $36 trillion. Well, we found out it's probably $150 trillion, but isn't that crazy funny? Oh my God, Sue, you're so rich. Come on, Sue, you can afford it. Come on, don't be so tight. Come on.
Venmo or PayPal the government to pay down the debt. They're trying to get people to send them PayPal payments on this, and they're not even accountable to what it is because nobody actually knows. You can't say it's 37 trillion. You can't say it's 151 trillion. It's probably something even way more asinine than any of us could even know. It's insane.
So funny.
This is insane.
It's
You
funny.
can't run anything this way.
It's so ridiculous.
It's not possible. It's not possible.
It's ridiculous.
To balance this or fix it. There's no Doge that's going to come in and like fix this. You can't do anything with it at all. Okay? And what's even scarier about this is, like I said, this has been going on for 28 consecutive years now on record. So all of the data they've been feeding into AI, if it's this kind of data at all in any possible way, AI can't fix this either. All that promise about AI is going to come in and run this and fix it, that's not going to happen either.
No, it's not.
Not possible
gonna
because
happen.
all you're doing is feeding this complete bullshit data into a system so it can give you complete bullshit numbers and complete bullshit projections that are basically worthless as this report is. The whole thing. It's just... I'm not going to keep reading this report, actually. Like, we recorded a whole hour of talking about this report. And go read this for yourself. Go get this report. I'm going to put the link below. Type in the number 215. Go to that page and just read through some of the stuff that they admit to. That they admit. What pissed?
Well, they admit that they don't know any of the numbers, and there's no way in any. And they also admit that the people they want to ask about the numbers are not available. Not available. Oh, okay. I wish I could do that, you know, when it comes to my tax man. You know, my numbers aren't available right now, bro. And the people that can handle my numbers, they're not available either. So, I have a nice day.
Pisses me off about this, okay? Because we've all known for a long time. I think we've all, let's be adults in the room, okay? Because these people obviously are not. All of you out there know. You have been having to cut costs in your own house. You've had to worry about what's going to happen. Probably been taking on some debt. A lot of people taking on some debt. We're all out here struggling, okay? I was at the grocery store earlier tonight, and there were half-eaten containers of food that had been eaten while people were walking around the store and just being left around the store.
Say
I've
what?
lived here since 2021. I've never seen that before. People are struggling. We were in Dallas last week, and I saw a woman just walking down the street with no clothes on. The amount of craziness that is happening in the streets of our country and the things that are going on and the amount of suffering, pure suffering, that is occurring in our country right now is unbelievable to watch while these people are sitting up here writing reports like this. There is absolutely zero accountability in this report. None. It is a joke that is being played on everybody. It is an illusion. It is fiction. There is nothing here. It's a bag of nothing. That is what this report is. And I could go through and read you all the little specifics like I normally do in these videos and say, look at all this and this and this and this. We could be here for an hour and a half. Or you could just go get this and look at it for yourself and you'll see what I mean. Even people who are trying to say, oh, it's actually the unfunded liabilities bring it up to 151 trillion or something like that. Whatever. There's no way to know that. There is no way to know that that is the actual number. There's no way to know. It's probably way worse. And I don't even know how it could be that much. Because supposedly the total debt of the entire global debt of the whole world is 315 trillion. How could it be 151 just here? Do you see? Like, that math doesn't add up either. I bet all the numbers across this place are all phony. I want to bet you. How much you want to bet that this right here is just what we're seeing here, and this is being replicated everywhere? What do you want to bet? This entire thing, like he said, it's not even a house of cards because there's not even cards. It is a game, though, and it's definitely being played on everybody. This is not our debt, okay? This is not our debt. It's not mine. It's not yours. You didn't do this. This is unaccountable, just total highway, or not even highway robbery, because it's all made up, printed, fake.
That horizon's pretty flat. Just saying.
Nothing. It's based on nothing. They can change it at will. They can always print more money. Remember what Greenspan said.
The United States can pay any debt it has because we can always print money to do that.
My uncle used to say that. He goes, don't worry about money. They'll just print more. And I was like, well, that could be a problem, man. I'm not like real smart or anything, but what do you mean you can just print more? What's up with that? You can just print more. Don't worry about it. Yeah. And he was about this Ginsburg's age at that time when my uncle told me that. He goes, don't worry about it. They'll print more. Yeah, that was it.
Any debt it has because we can always print money to do that. So there is zero probability of default.
So this is
zero probability of default. Okay. We're good, man. Everybody relax. We got this. We totally got this.
ridiculous. But the rest of us are supposed to all live under some kind of slavery to this, right? And
yeah.
Of course no one's having
That's
kids
how it
in
works,
the younger
Melissa. That's how it works, babe. We got to live under the slavery, and they just print more money.
some kind of slavery to this, right? And of course no one's having kids in the younger generation. Do you think they want to bring more slaves into this? Are you kidding? Of course not. No. Why would they? It makes no sense. All right? So that's why. They're looking around like, what is the point? And what can we tell them? What can we in the older generations tell them? I'm a millennial. What can I tell them? What can I say?
You can say the truth, Melissa, that the system's been totally rigged, and you're the one left holding the bag, and you don't get to own shit, but you got to pay for it all. I mean, I think Klaus, he said you'll own nothing and be happy, and you'll be fine. But yeah, that's kind of where it ended up, man. And we'll see where it actually ends up. But at this point, man, it's impossible for like my nephew, my friend's daughter, to buy a fucking house at 25, 30 years old. They can't buy a fucking house. Not here. Maybe in some shit show, fucking maybe. But they gotta have a good job. You're looking at, minimum, $1,000 a month payment. But a house here in California, man, you're looking at like $5,000 a month. $5,000 a month just for your house. And forget anything else, bro. Yeah, you're screwed. That's what I would tell them. You're screwed. You're kind of fucked. I'm sorry, man. It's not my fault that they, that these companies bought up all the housing. It's not my fault. But they just drew the prices up whatever they want, man. That's the reason they can keep printing money, is because the housing is worth so much money. If the housing wasn't worth that much money, I don't think they could print the money. I don't know.
Once they passed a modest reporting law, they
Damn.
suddenly couldn't come up with the numbers. But when it's time to ask for the money and demand the budgets, they got numbers all day long. Yeah, this gets back to some of the John Locke stuff you were talking about from last week. Natural law. This is our government. This is our system. We're supposed to be loyal, at least to the ideas and principles of the Constitution, maybe not to the government itself.
If that's a picture of a video of the White House, Is that the White House? It looks AI, man. I've been to the White House. Went in there. I actually went in. Took the tour. It was back in the 80s. They didn't check my ID or nothing. I think I had to go through like a metal detector. But yeah, it was a little safer back then. But that looks almost AI, man. Is there a fountain right there on the front lawn of the White House? I don't remember that.
Some of the John Locke stuff you were talking about from last week. Natural law. This is our government. This is our system. We're supposed to be loyal.
There is a fountain there. Okay. It looks very plantainish. Looks like a plant. Have you guys seen those plantations in Georgia and stuff? They all kind of look like that. It's very plantainish looking. Yeah.
At least to the ideas and principles of the Constitution, maybe not to the government itself, but the government is supposed to serve those ends. And yet it's so predatory and so dismissive and devaluing of life. How are we any better off than living in the jungle? The most primitive societies you could think of took care of their elders. They looked after people. Maybe lives were supposedly nasty, short, and brutish, but at least they didn't have some bureaucracy weighing over them and like scaling their life, not on their deeds, not on the things they had done or what they represent, but on cold, hard cash, whatever that is.
Like, this is insane. There's no responsibility here. So what you're watching when you watch Congress have these arguments with each other about whether or not they can insider trade or not, they're completely unaccountable to us.
Yeah. That looks like a cuck show.
Completely unaccountable to everything that they're supposed to be doing. There's no way for them to be, because these numbers are completely made up. None of this is real. That is what this report says over and over and over. So I don't know what else you need to see to understand the level that things are at. But they're openly admitting it because they don't think anyone's even going to read it. Okay? They don't. And they're paying influencers now to keep people infighting about all of this other bullshit. And guess what? None of it even really matters. It doesn't.
That's a good point she brings up. It's like they're paying the influencers to talk about it and go, oh, this is bad. At the end of the day, man, it doesn't fucking matter because they're not accounting for any of the numbers anyway, because they don't have any way to account for the numbers because the information's just not there. It's just not there. They have no clue what they're doing.
Bullshit. And guess what? None of it even really matters. It doesn't. Like I said, if anything, the only reason they're trying to bring back up Epstein now, and because they don't ever plan to tell on themselves, none of these people plan to tell on themselves. The only reason they bring it back up now is to get people to demand this stuff be accountable, so that then, if they decide to use it as an excuse to collapse everything, they can put this under the collapse, and then they don't have to take responsibility for any of this. This right here that you are seeing will never be fixed from inside of here. It is not possible. There's no way, and they admit it in here. In the report, they admit that the size of this Leviathan thing makes it impossible. There aren't enough tariffs in the world to pay off whatever's really going on here, and there is absolute zero reason
no way,
that
man. There's just no way.
Any one of us in America should believe that any of the money that's being raised by tariffs is actually going to pay what this is, since they don't even know what it actually is. And it's probably in the hundreds of trillions of dollars. This has probably been going on for a very, very, very long time, way longer than just 28 years, if I had to guess. But there's no amount of anything that is going to fix this. No amount of budget cutting, no amount of tariffs, no amount of raising taxes on us all. And there is no reason to trust that any of that money from tariffs or taxes or anything at all in any way is actually going to pay this or going towards where they say it's going. Why would you trust them with that? They are not accountable at any level, so why would you trust that they'll be accountable with that? There is absolute trust is earned. Trust is earned. That is why we called the entire series on our monetary system that we made the trust game. Because that's what this is. There's no reason to trust anything that we are being told about this. Any budgets that they're calling for, any amounts they say are going to happen in the future, it's all based on phony numbers to begin with, so you can't arrive at a conclusion that is also anything other than phony.
Sounds a little bit like NASA. Just saying. Sounds a little bit like the Globetards. Yeah. Where'd you get your numbers? All right. Eratosthenes? All right, show me his papers. Let me see Eratosthenes' papers now, please. That would be great. Oh, you doesn't have any papers? Sounds like the same shit show. Yeah.
And the people who are in there suckling at the teat of this and benefiting off of this total fraud and complete and utter unaccountability for hundreds of billions of dollars, which is probably more in the trillions and probably like insane amounts of trillions, they're never going to fix this. Not ever. Not even if they even wanted to. Like, if there's someone in there who wants to, right? Not
President Bush, President's budget, he's going to fix it? He's going to fix it? No, he ain't going to fix fuck all, man.
it happen. Sorry, you can't fix this. The only way this gets fixed is if we go back to the founding principles of this country, the limited government that we were supposed to have in the beginning, and you clean house. Those people all need to be fired. None of them should be there, because they're not going to fix this. They're not going to fix this.
No.
They can't fix it. This is not.
That's an illusion. They're going to fix it, man. It's like illusion going to the moon. They're flying around the moon. What? What do you mean you're flying around the moon, bro? That's crazy. You're not flying around the moon.
This is unaccountability at every level. I don't know what else to keep saying. I've been saying stuff for 13 years, and I don't know what else to say.
Come on, Melissa. You got more to say. I know you can. I got more to say. You got more to say. We all got more to say. But saying it and just recognizing it as what it is, you're in a better place, I think, than most people. Because most people aren't even going to they wouldn't even question this, man, whatsoever. They don't care. They don't give a shit. They ain't going to look into this stuff or even question it. We're just here questioning things, going, hey, man, how many more people are questioning this stuff? You know, and it's growing, but with this Artemis thing, might grow even more. I don't know, man. But that might be part of the plan, is to make it look so shitty that, you know, the rest of us sit around and go, boy, that looks really shitty again. Why isn't, you know, she just grabbing the camera and sticking it out the window and going, let me zoom in on this, and I got a P900, and let me zoom in on that part of the moon, and let me zoom in on this, crater, and hey, man, what's up with Tycho? It looks great, you know. Oh, look, that's where they landed on the moon back there. Let me zoom in. No, you're not going to get nothing like nothing. They ain't going to zoom in on Tranquility Base, man, with this Artemis shit, you know. And, yeah, welcome to the show, man. I'm sorry.
This is where we are.
I'm sorry we're at
And
this
I'm
point.
sorry that all of these levels of people out here are so busy thinking about their own personal situation and their own benefit off of that they are too afraid to tell you that. I'm afraid too. I'm afraid for all of us. When I saw this, I was like, oh my God, this is insane. How can anything be so bad? It is so bad. But I'm more afraid of what happens if none of us admit this to ourselves and this does not change at all for the better. Because this is going to affect everybody. This affects everybody. So I would say that's the reason we're talking about moving everything into some technocracy thing. It will not be legitimate.
That did look like she was driving into Vegas, man. Okay. I was like, that looks like Vegas. That's totally Vegas with the sphere. You guys seen that thing? I never saw it working. I was there when they were still building it, but I've seen a lot of videos of it working. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man.
Everything they got now, they try to roll it into some AI system. That will all be bunk. All of it. All of it. Because you can't put any of this in there. All of this data is bad. You're going to put bad data?
I mean, you talk about a cock show, man. That putting the sphere in Vegas, man, it cost, I don't know, they say a couple $2 billion. It was a lot of money. Yes, so Ryan was killed by Artemis. That's right. You're going to see it play out. It's the false flag of all Mongos, right? Yeah, the Venetian. Have you guys been to the Venetian? Amazing little... I walked through it one night, man, by myself. Pretty fucking crazy, man. It looked like Italy, but, you know, I could be wrong. It was a good show. I enjoyed it.
In there, you're going to get bad data back out again. They're going to start a whole new system based on bad data built into the foundations of the system. It will only go down from there. You have to have a zero. You have to have a debt jubilee zero start over, because there is no way you can continue on with this charade. It is a charade. That is all it is. There is nothing there. I don't know how many more times I can.
I lived in Vegas for 4 years, doing my apprenticeship. And that's not the Vegas I grew up in. It's a different world. And yeah, it's crazy now, man.
Say it. I'm just
It's
repeating
so
myself.
crazy.
But everybody needs to understand this. I stayed up reading this all night last night because I couldn't believe how completely and utterly just bereft of any type of legitimacy this is. This is the most illegitimate thing I have ever seen.
Well, you haven't looked at some of the NASA documents like we have. Sorry, Melissa. That's pretty illegitimate, too. Yeah. Boeing, Teledyne. Yeah.
The only thing you need to know is this page was intentionally left blank.
I love you guys. I think we should probably cut this off. Do you have anything else you want to say?
There you go.
I love you too. Take care of yourself and your loved ones as best you can, because this government can't take care of you and it won't take care of you. And the technocrats coming up on the next version of that system, I can't say I have any faith in it either.
Yeah, exactly.
What do we got faith in, man? Once a republic is corrupt, there is no possibility of redeeming any of the growing evils. Yeah, dude, there's just no way, bro. The evils, the corruption, it's so bad. Ugh. Damn, it's really bad. All right, I'm going to listen to something for a minute, and then I got to go. Thank you guys for hanging out, man.
I mean, you're not going to, I mean, people that are conspiracy minded will search for it. It doesn't have to just show up on their feed one day and then get surprised and that the earth is flat or whatever and then start looking into it. I think people have to be conspiratory sort of minded already and have like a disbelief that they landed on the moon and, you know, a little bit speculative like about 9/11 and these type of things. First of all, and then once you're in that group or that crowd that like-minded and have disbelief in the moon landing, that sort of stuff, I think you'll just naturally be able to get connections and links to the flat Earth anyway. It's just going to be a natural sort of a evolution. So I don't think it's I don't think it's hindering by having them covered up at all, because people aren't going to just fall for it straight away if they're not conspiracy minded anyway. I probably used the wrong word, fall for it. I mean, get awakened to it.
Are you saying that conspiracy-minded people will naturally club together and become contrary for the sake of being contrary?
No, I mean, have you heard of people of a feather flock together, right? You sort of know that,
Yes.
once you're in the crowd and you're in the know, you've kind of you've already got that connection and that understanding.
Yes, but that's not to say it's the correct understanding. Birds of a feather flock together, because I think we're on the same page. Are we? I'm not sure. I think we are.
I think he's on the same page. I don't know. So what he's saying basically is conspiracy-minded people will flock together, and then okay, sports people will flock together. If you like hockey, you might flock together. I get that. People, different groups, they kind of, they're into certain things. But when it comes to truth, man, fire is hot. If somebody tells me fire's not hot, man, I'm gonna be like, okay. Now I'm not being a conspiracy theorist. I'm just a realist at that point. And yeah, a lot of conspiracy people, they sit around and they talk about, is the government lying to us? Yeah, oh yeah, well, duh. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Well, what are they lying to us about? They lying to us about the money, about space, about taxes, about what else are they lying to us about? And once you see it, and you're like, oh, well, fuck, they already admitted they're lying to us. Can't I just? What's up, Jax? Why can't I just accept that I know that the government's lying to me, and what else is there to know? I mean, they're liars. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever dealt with liars. I mean, they don't stick around in my life too long, man. They gone, right? So I think that's what we're doing, man.
Are we? I'm not sure. I think we are. So,
Isn't the truth subjective though? It's subjective, right? The truth.
Sorry, carry on.
Well, are you a flat earther?
No.
Okay. So you're probably not really conspiracy. Do you believe that we landed on the moon?
Yes, I do.
There you go. So you don't understand how somebody thinks the opposite.
We didn't land on the moon. I'm the guy. First guy. No, ain't no moon landing. But
So it's sort of paradigm than what you hold. That's probably why you don't understand, because you're not there. You're not in it. You're on the outside, looking in.
Okay.
He's on the outside, looking in, bro. Yeah, welcome, Mongo. Welcome.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? Do you believe that we landed on the moon?
No.
Yeah,
No.
we did. We did land on the moon, and it was all filmed in a studio.
Dude, he set that up nice. Yeah, we landed on the moon. It was all in the studio. Somewhere, yeah.
And it was all filmed in a studio.
Okay. Right, okay.
He's like, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, whatever. Dismissing it.
On a big film set.
Yeah. By Stanley Kubrick.
Well, there's a lot of evidence that he was involved in, that.
Quite possibly. I mean,
Could be.
that's kind of like neither here or there. Someone filmed it. Someone had to film it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody filmed it other than, Buzz Lightyear and Neil peel back the onions of the layers of truth. Armstrong, do you guys remember that speech? Oh, I love that one. Like, peel back the layers of the onions of truth. What? Okay. Let's keep peeling. Let's keep peeling, baby. Peeling back the onions, man. Let's go.
And it probably cost a lot of money to fake it. That they were like, actually, why don't we just do it? It's going to cost millions and millions of dollars to fake it. Fuck it, let's just go there.
Because they can't. Because they can't. It's not possible.
Can you believe you guys still haven't figured out how day and night cycles work in the year 2026? It's crazy.
Totally
What'd you say?
crazy.
You don't know how day and night cycles work?
What?
I'm saying flat earthers don't know how day and night cycles work.
That's no meaning, man. Like, you have to elaborate a little bit more.
Can you show me how on a flat plane you can have day and night cycles on
Absolutely.
any portion
So
of
you
it?
obviously
Where light
haven't looked
behaves
into what
coherently?
flat earthers think at all. You just you're so far out of the loop. It's like not even worth having a conversation.
I've been in
you
this
haven't
since
done any
2018,
research at all,
I've been in this since
and you
2018.
still don't know.
Yeah, it's all garbage. You guys try to do the fucking Shane's model was the best cope you guys had for the 24-hour sun. You have to invoke crazy light bending, all this nonsense.
No, wait. The globe has to invoke crazy bending light for the water, right? What you saw was an animation. It's one of my favorite quotes too, man. No, you didn't, Conan. You didn't see the moonlight. What you saw was an animation, right from the guy that was on the moon, allegedly.
That's to get it to work to any degree. It's laughable.
I don't think he's looked at my dual pole flat Earth. It's not mine, but I presented it here a couple times. You go back a few months, you'll find it. Anyway, yeah, that's a good one. It works.
You guys don't even know how day and night cycles work in 2026. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
This guy says not everyone bows down to their ideas.
Who is that? What are you trying to say?
Are you saying he's like the flat Earth leader and we have to believe whatever
No.
he thinks?
I'm
That's
saying
not
you guys
how it
have
works.
nothing. You guys have nothing.
Well, it's a bit of a false statement, man. We've got some things, bro. No. We don't just have nothing. No, we got some stuff that works. It seems to work. We'll check it out. We'll get back to you. You motherfuckers had at least 500-year head start, bro. Okay? With your stupid fucking globe shit, man. 500 years, man. I ain't putting up with that, man. You give us 10. We're close. We got a few things working. Give us some time, bro. But this guy's like giving up. Nope, you guys don't have it. You guys don't have it. You guys don't have it. It's 2026. You guys don't have it. Like, dude, you had 500 years to develop your little fuckers, man, with college and universities and mathematicians, and you get the fuck, man. Fuck these guys, man. I put up with their shit. Fuck them.
You know, there would be no debate if you could just show us evidence of that curve and a moving, spinning
No,
Earth.
show me.
That would be the cool point I really enjoy. Show me the curvature. Where's the curvature? Where? Where's the curvature? Where?
Me
Show us
how you
that,
explain your
the
day and night
debate
cycle.
will be over, right?
Show me how you explain your day and night cycle.
Carlos, we've showed you for a decade, bro.
Yeah, where's the
Well,
day
why
and
are you
night
still
cycle?
here?
Can you do
Why
some
are you-
good?
Exactly, Mongos. Why are you fucking still here, bro? Why the fuck are you still here? We're over here, we're busting our ass, trying to figure out, how this place works. And you're just, coming in here like top globetard and, good globe vibes. Might as well just change his name. Yeah, those Mongos. Fuck those guys.
You're still here trying to defend it. What are you defending?
The thing is, it goes both ways, though, right? People have made up their mind, and nobody's willing.
No, it doesn't go both ways. You had 500 years to come up with the globe, and it's been sold in every facet of our lives, and all of a sudden we come along and go, well, the water's level, man, and you guys freak out, and then call our bosses and tell them that you hired a flat earther, and I'm gonna dox you, and I'm gonna call the engineering board and tell them that you're talking about flat Earth, and you're gonna get fired because these are these cucks, man. They're willing to. Oh my God, they're talking about flat Earth. How dare you? I'm going to call your boss and get you fired. That's the level of these cucks, man. Fuck those guys.
To see the other side.
It's like one side.
There's there is footage and everything, but people have already made up their mind.
One side you can explain everything.
You can explain everything. Wow, that's a big brush, dude. One side explains everything, and our side explains nothing, is what he's saying. See how he cocks it? What a cock, man. What a fucking cock. He's so full of shit, man.
Yeah, no,
I observe on a day-to-day basis. And then when you go to the flat Earth side, they can't even tell you how the fucking sun rises in the morning.
No, we can. Well, we've done it hundreds of times, and it's not complicated, bro. The sun's over there. It comes over here. It's called a sunrise, bro. It's not. Did we not explain that right? Did I mess that up? Am I off? Maybe I'm.
Explainable. I make no claims to that, is what you'll hear from these people. It's fucking pathetic.
No, I make a claim that sun rises and sets. That's my claim. The sun rises and sets. I make a claim. 100%. And he's calling me. He says I don't make a claim. I just say it's. I can't explain it. No. I just did, man. Comes up, goes down, man. Is that not a good explanation? Damn.
And then they'll tell you that you're wrong about everything. It's ridiculous.
I would never say you're wrong about everything. That's a pretty big brush there, bro. Easy, Captain.
Yes. We offer you the answers to everything you want.
They got answers to everything. Damn. You know what? That's it, man. I'm changing my name. Fuck it. I'm going to be Globe Earth Dude from now on. All right? Fuck it. This guy's just totally convincing me that I need to change my name to Globe Earth Dude. He's smart.
No.
You know, you've been given all the answers, and all you're doing is parroting what they wrote down in the books and taught you at school. That's all you have, man. You've been
And I
given
can
your
use it to
model.
predict shit
It's
in
not
nature.
something that you have to use your brain for. All you have to do is regurgitate what's
Because
been
it
told
works.
to you.
Because it works.
He can replicate it in nature. Is that what he said? Help me, man. You guys got to help me out over here in the chat, man.
Yeah, it's easy on you, isn't it? Because all the answers are there.
All the answers are there. I don't have to think about it, man. Because you flat earthers are stupid. because I have all the answers, because they told me all the answers. I have the answers to all the quizzes and questions on the final exam, and all of you guys are wrong. You guys are wrong.
Yes.
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
I agree.
exactly.
Yes, they're there. I know.
Yeah.
Did you hear his voice raise up? Come on. I gotta play it back. He goes, yes, of course, because all the answers are there. Yeah, he. Let me play it back one more time.
Yeah, it's easy on you, isn't it? Because all the answers are there.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
I agree.
exactly.
Yes,
Yes,
they're there.
exactly.
I know.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's correct.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly.
You just regurgitate it and you think that's how it works.
No,
and you think
I
that's
can
the
make
truth.
No,
predictions.
it's not well, it's regurgitated because it's correct.
It's regurgitated because it's correct. Regurgitated. Flatlander. Regurgitated Dave High. Because it's regurgitated, it's correct. Did you hear that? Let me play it again. If it's regurgitated, it's correct.
It's not well, it's regurgitated because it's correct.
I wish I could make a song out of that, bro. Right? Yeah, you're lost, Jax. I'm sorry, bro. Flatlander, what the fuck are you doing, Flatlander? Dude, it's like way past your bedtime, man. If you're still at where I think you live, it's like, dude, it's almost 3 a.m, man. Mongo. Good to see you, brother. I miss you, man. Damn, we had some good chats, man. Damn. I got to see some old OG friends, man. Anyway, I'm just playing this for a minute, man. See what's up. Yeah, they're just a couple of Mongos talking about, they got it all figured out, man. You know why? Because it's been regurgitated. If it's regurgitated, it's true, But yeah, let's keep going for a minute, man. It's hilarious. Come on. 8 a.m. UK. Yeah, that's right. It's 10 to 8. Good morning, man. Get some coffee, Jax. Get some coffee. All right, man. Let's play some more, man. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh
Wow,
my
you
God.
guys, you silly globers, you get everything right all the time. Wow. The real insult, guys.
Not getting it right all the time. You're just being able to repeat what you've been told. That doesn't mean it's right, dude.
No,
I can
it
fucking
does.
predict when a
It
lunar or
does,
solar
though.
eclipse can happen a year in the future from now with a globe. Heliocentric model. I can predict things in the sky before they happen.
Yeah,
I
and next
navigate
year
the
they
Earth.
might come out and say, oh, we just found out the sun's actually 1,000 million trillion light years away. Actually, it's not 93 million miles away at all. We were wrong. Sorry about that, but we just have to move the goalpost.
Well, you
Relevant.
know
That's
what?
not cool.
If we did find out and realise that the sun was 1 billion miles away, and that the Earth and that the sun revolved around the Earth, and a scientist would go, "Shit, okay, we were wrong. This is how it happens." So a scientist, and will happily concede an argument and say, "Oh shit, okay." The
So
evidence
gay.
provides
So
this,
gay, bro.
so now we will follow that evidence. A
So
scientist doesn't come with an agenda, right? And flat earthers
story
do.
short.
Well, I
Yeah.
beg to differ, because there is one documentary that I can point out just off the top of my head. That's the National Geographic.
Yeah, Dave, man, I'm listening into the future, bro. Because it's not April 5th where you're at, or 6th. All right. So bad. It's
And
so
they
bad.
claim that they were measuring the Earth curvature over a lake or whatever, and they were found to have been just making it all up, and that was in the name of science. And why would they need to fake?
Yeah, that was on a major television show that they came out and measured the Earth curvature on a lake. Yeah, ugh. They faked it, man. Turns out, I was there. Well, I wasn't there, but I watched it live. I'll say that.
Fake it, right? Such a big organization like that, why would they need to fake it? Like, have you ever heard of flat earthers making up stories about, like, you know,
It's a
statistics and
fucking
facts
documentary
and
channel,
measurements and
dude.
stuff?
Seriously? That's where you're gonna
What are you
put
on
all
about?
your credits to? It's a
Do you
documentary
know
channel, man.
do you know their capability, their credentials, and their and like how much
It's a
money they've
documentary
got?
channel.
Yeah, it was the Nat Geo. I knew the people that painted those stripes on the flag, and then the whole thing was a total shit show, man. These guys, you know, they had to go buy a fucking rowboat. Like, what? I mean, they show up at this lake. They were going to do this observation. They had to go buy a fucking rowboat. Yeah, it was an absolute shit show, man. Bunch of flat earthers live streaming it. What's going on? I remember that day. But yeah, I was talking about the Nat Geo cuck shit show. Yeah. Yeah.
You
fucking
joking,
Mongos,
right?
man.
They'll do anything to make
talking about
content. Yeah, why would you
What?
trust anything?
What are you
in
gonna
doc-
do, man?
They'll do anything to make fucking content.
They're on your side, man. They're
They're
trying to
on-
prove
I know.
your point of view.
They're on
They'll
your
do anything to
side,
make
bro.
You have,
He
you
doesn't.
have proven
He doesn't
liars
even.
on your side.
He didn't even realize that the argument for the Nat Geo was on his side. He would have been like, "Yes, of course they saw the curvature, because." Yeah, fuck
I'm
her.
saying they'll do
Yeah.
anything to make content.
You have proven liars on your side, dude.
So you notice how you never even responded to me talking about. Can you show me day-night cycles, please?
Oh fuck, this manga. I'm sorry, man. Put you guys through this shit. But yeah.
We skipped past that after I can't believe that I have to tolerate this shit from you.
I just can't believe that I have to tolerate this shit, man. You guys suck. Yeah, see he's not dealing with any kind of real information, man. This is complete. Yeah. Complete indoctrination, mind manipulation, MK Ultra, mind control. This is at its finest right here.
Me people.
The
It's
sun
insane.
comes and goes. The sun comes and goes.
Yeah.
That's how you have day and night, dude.
How do I have time zones on a flat plane?
Oh boy. He's gish galloping and he's going to time zones, really? Oh yeah. Time zones are so bad. That's such a bad argument. I don't know why but they always bring it up. A lot of Globers bring that up, man. He's a lovely lad, but just not the earthies. Yeah, you got to switch on a few things, man. Check it out, but yeah.
What's the difference? Do you know
Time
that there is
zones,
a
bro.
map, which is basically it's just a squashed top-down view of the globe?
Yeah, I got some nephews. They're great guys. They know this world's fucked up, but you know, I ain't gonna like trip them out, man. Try to give them too much information too fast. I gotta kind of ease into it a little bit, man. So you gotta be careful, man. 100 miles away. There you go. That's my favorite distance. Is 100 miles. And it didn't occur to me until years later. That's impossible on the globe. Yeah. I agree with you, man. Right on, Mongoose, man. Yeah, exactly what happened, bro. Exactly, man. And it's... Yeah, I didn't realize it either, man. Dude, I was out like in the middle of the fucking Mojave Desert, and I could see for like 100 miles, and like, oh, there's a little mountain there, and then we drive over there, and yeah, and then you didn't realize it. You know, like, damn. Looking back on it, I'm like, damn, we shouldn't have been able to even see that mountain, much less, you know, drive over to it. It was curved, man. There's no curve. 100 miles, like almost 7,000 feet of curve, dude. I've hiked 7,000 foot mountain. That's a big fucking territory, man. It's huge. So yeah, you gotta be careful, man. What's your 100 miles, baby? That's all. That's my benchmark, man. 100 miles. Go. What do you got? Let's do it.
But it's just a projection that can be used just the same way.
No, what the fuck it can't. You can't explain this. You cannot explain
Have you
day
heard
night
of the
cycles on
dual
a
pole
flat plane.
flat Earth map?
What?
Oh shit. He's bringing up dual pole. Oh shit. The radar could see 500 miles. Was blown up, right? Radar works like line of sight. Yeah, 500 miles. Boom. Oh yeah.
Have you heard of the dual pole flat Earth map?
Yes, and it doesn't match reality in its projection. It's fucking retarded.
Why not?
Yeah, why not, bro? Why doesn't it work? I would love to see you give a presentation on why it doesn't work. That'd be great.
What's wrong with it?
Because that's not how we travel the surface.
It doesn't match how he was told to believe, so he can't.
It doesn't match how he was told to believe, so it doesn't work. Dumbass. That was a great one. Come on, man. You guys gotta love that. That was epic.
It doesn't match reality in its projection. It's fucking retarded.
Why not? What's wrong with it?
Because that's not how we travel the surface.
It doesn't match how he was told to believe, so he can't accept it.
Exactly.
The government doesn't allow him to believe that, so he's got no skeptical ability to accept it.
Yeah, the MK Ultra program doesn't allow you to believe that. And therefore, you must believe what they tell you, right?
I like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
And you're just wrong because he's he's been talking to flat earthers for a long time, and he's correct.
You guys can't
Right.
even explain how the fucking sun
You
rises
guys
in the
can't do
morning.
these things that you're
Pathetic.
not willing to do yourself because you don't have any
You
critical
literally
bone
can't
in your
even
body.
explain how
so.
the sun rises and sets all over the
Oh,
world.
Here's the funny thing. Gamma, no hack, has no idea how to explain how the fucking sun rises and sets other than it's a spinning round ball. And then it's the only way it could work. There's no other way it could work. This is no... Yeah, you need coffee, Jax, man. I told you to get coffee earlier. What's the problem, man? You got to get some coffee. His explanation, spinny ball. Ours, it comes up and goes down. Yeah. Which one's right, bro? Let's go.
Okay. Well,
guys
there's nothing
really
you would
stuck in,
accept
like,
because
the
you're a
10th
government
century.
believer.
Meow.
There's nothing you would accept because you're a government denier. Is that what he said? Yeah. Wait.
You guys can't even explain how the fucking sun
You
rises
guys
in the
can't do
morning.
these things that you're
Pathetic.
not willing to do yourself because you don't have any
You
critical
literally
bone
can't
in your
even
body.
explain
so.
how the sun rises and sets all over the
Oh,
world.
okay.
You
Well,
guys
there's
are
nothing
literally
you would
stuck
accept
in, like,
because
the
you're a
10th
government
century.
believer.
Meow.
Send it in the live stream text chat. Let's see it. How do you
There
explain
isn't
how the
anything
light
that I would show you that you wouldn't just say nuh-uh to.
Because it's bullshit.
Right? See, you're doing it right now. You're proving my point. You're a firm ball globe believer. You're a confessing believer.
He is a true religious ball believer. Religious ball believer. Did I just make up a term? RBB. It's an RBB, man. Religious ball believer. Okay. I'm going to type it in the chat and make sure I got that confirmed that I came up with that. He's an RBB, man. Religious ball believer. All right. Got it? Okay. Let's carry on. Religious ball. I didn't come up with it. Who came up with that? I heard it here first.
There's nothing
You
we
guys
could
have
say.
no model that works.
You're
Nothing.
brainwashed.
You have no model that works. You never will.
Don't question anything. Don't think.
Wait, I got 500 years. I made up a model. Spinny globe. You guys will never come up with a model that works. That's a big brush, man. Big brush, bro.
Yourself. Go get vaccinated.
Go get vaccinated, Mongo. Go ahead. That was a good comeback. I do like that one. I love that one.
Never will.
Don't question anything. Don't think for yourself. Go get vaccinated.
I question everything, and I
Well, you
question
died of
things.
smallpox and measles. It's not my fault, bro.
I think for myself, by the way, sin cleanser. So, what kind of argument was that?
Well, you fit it right in with him. You guys are two peas in a pod. You guys are identical person.
Okay, well,
Where's your
the thing
model,
is,
The birds of the feathers flock together. Hey, Dave, man, yeah, bro, we should totally go and check out the moon mission right now. The moon mission. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. That they're just doing a great job, sticking their cameras out the window and zooming in on the moon. Wait, they're not? Oh shit! Why not? Why the fuck not, man? I mean, wouldn't they just zoom in on the moon and with a high-powered camera, telescope, something? No.
You guys are identical person.
okay, well,
Where's your
the thing
model,
is, you failed to provide anything convincing that we shouldn't subscribe to the globe model.
All right, but
Now, if you would be able to provide some substance that would be convincing as to why I shouldn't trust the globe model, I'm all ears.
The lack of
So
Earth
far, you got
curvature is
nothing.
convincing.
Lack of curvature, no bendy water, water's level. I mean, I guess gas pressure without a container. Yeah, we got a lot of things. Yeah,
enough to know that there's no Earth curvature.
Yeah, I think a lot of people figured this out on their own. They didn't necessarily have to be convinced or told by another man on the internet what the answers to the world are. So, I mean, if that's what you're seeking, that's going to be tough. I mean, if you're just endlessly begging men to tell you your answers, you know?
Okay,
so,
well,
is that what you're
myself-
seeking, to be convinced by somebody, or are you just seeking what the truth is? Because if you're seeking what the truth is, you're obviously here, so there's a reason for that. And then what would you want to know? Or what are you looking to know? Or are you just looking to be convinced by somebody?
Well,
is he seeking the truth, or is he just wanting to be convinced by somebody, or he's just a religious ball believer? What is
Or what are you looking to know? Or are you just looking to be convinced by somebody?
well, I don't know any flat earther who believes the Earth is flat without being told about the flat Earth in the first place.
Wait a minute. That's a big brush, because if you go outside and go to the ocean or go to a lake, or you can see the flat Earth. I mean, it's not like we were convinced it was flat. We went and checked it out, right? We went and checked it out.
Who believes the Earth is flat without being told about the flat Earth in the first place. Second there.
That works on the globe too, bro, because you were told about the globe. You're told about this globe that you've never seen with your own two eyes. And that's okay, man. That's fine, None of us have. I get it. But we were told that the Earth is a globe, bro. Now, somebody might have mentioned the Earth is flat and said, nah. I went, oh, shit, interesting. Let me go check it out. Let me go check it out, bro.
Without being told about the flat Earth in the first place. Second there, I did my own observations and so on, and deduced by myself and my own critical thinking that the Earth has to be a globe.
I would love to know how he did that, man. That would be interesting.
So,
well, I'll just comment on. I'll comment on
the argument works against you.
I'll comment on the first part you said. Nobody has to be told the Earth is a stationary plane, because that's what humans have known it to be since the dawn of time. And if you don't indoctrinate somebody with some kind of belief in a globe, they're going to say what they experience directly, which is that the sky moves, the ground does not move.
Except that I wasn't
there's no reason.
Yeah, the sky moves, ground doesn't move, therefore flat and stationary. But somebody had to convince you that you're on a ball spinning, shooting through outer space at millions of miles an hour. Millions of miles an hour, dude. Not like some we're turning at like 4 miles an hour. I could see, millions of miles an hour. Mongo. Fucking Mongo.
So if the sky moves, the ground does not move.
Except
And
that I wasn't
there's no reason
indoctrinated.
to
I
think
came
there's-
up with it on my
there's no
own.
reason to think there's any curvature. So what I'm saying is that nobody has to be told about a flat Earth. It's just the default of humanity since the dawn of time.
Yeah, except for the people who lived on coasts
Except
and
that's
could
a
see
lie.
things going over the horizon for thousands of years. Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Amen, Gamma.
Yeah, those people don't exist. Especially the Greeks. They didn't.
Wait, did he just invoke the boat going over the horizon? Did he really go there? Tell me he didn't go there. The fucking Mongo did not go there, bro. I think he did. I think he went with the boat goes over the horizon.
Over the horizon for thousands of years. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that.
Amen, Gamma.
And then his buddy's like, "Yeah, amen, brother. The boat goes over the horizon."
Yeah, those people don't exist. Especially the Greeks. They didn't.
Yeah, I can remember thinking the Earth is flat when I was a kid too, man. It's like, dude, why are they telling us a spinning thing, man? You know, when you get lied to, you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't match anything I'm like experiencing. You just know, especially as a kid, man. You just know. You're kind of like jacked, man. Yeah.
People who lived in coastal cities for thousands of years. They.
Oh, Lord Stephen Christ, man. Yeah. I remember that Mongo. Yeah. He went with the Hollow Earth. I was pre-FE, yeah, man. He goes way OG, man. Yeah. Dude, I think he even like went concave. Didn't he die? He died, right? Oh, he's another one, man, on my list that died. I think, man. Correct me, man, if I'm wrong, man, but I swear the guy died. But, yeah, he died. Okay, just checking. My memory sometimes, man, there's, a lot going on, man. I can't keep it up, but... Yeah, I think he even went concave for a minute. Didn't he go like concave? Yeah. Yeah, the whole spinny thing, space thing when I was a kid, man, was brutal. Like, what? Why? You can't trust him. Died in prison. Oh, man, that's even worse. Yeah, now that you mention it, I kind of remember somebody talking about it. I mean, he was like on our old hangouts, man. He was deep in, man. The guy was deep. Yeah, he was a bit of a firecracker, as I recall, man. Yeah, all right.
Those people don't exist. Especially the Greeks. They didn't. People who lived in coastal cities for thousands of years. They never saw anything like that. No ships going over the horizon. They're never like, what the fuck is that about? Nope.
And you would be
never
able to
happened.
tell the difference between sinking refraction and Earth curvature. Okay. How did you determine that?
The degree of refraction you'd have to invoke to make it appear to be a flat plane would be absurd.
Here's where you
Doesn't
parrot
happen.
all these things you heard about. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's where he was like, it would be ridiculous, the refraction. Yeah, he's not providing any data, man. So, yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, me saying
Son of a
objective
bitch.
reality isn't parroting, dude.
Yet
It's just the right
No,
and wrong.
you trying to give
I'm
me
better than
degrees of
you.
refraction that
You're-
we
you're
should
more
expect to
retarded than
see
me.
is you're
I know
appealing
more
to
than you.
authorities.
Get
So-
over
Yet
it. Yeah.
everything
Yeah,
and
and you want
every
to spam
single
over me
argument,
because you know that
I know
I'm
more
right.
than you.
Yeah,
yet
I'm better
every
than
you're,
single
you're
argument
you're
from
real
a flat
courageous,
earther
bro.
can be traced back down to
Big,
David
strong
Weiss
opinion.
or Whitsitt or etc. The original Papa Flurfs that came up with the argument in the first
Hey guys,
place.
can we just
Always
stop instantly?
parroting.
All right, I'm going to
You're
put you on
parroting
mute.
their
I'm gonna
narrative.
mute you.
Yeah, and then you do.
Yeah, can we just stop? Geo, please stop this cock shit show.
Identity credibility attacks.
Can everybody stop? This is a very nasty, wicked, disgusting vibe right now. Can we just reset and just stop all this disgusting, like insults and condescending and dehumanizing treatment of each other? It's really just unlistenable. Can we just reset and chill? You guys are, if people have questions, want to talk about the topics, we can talk about it. Can we just move forward with that?
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Yeah, this is
We
just
may
becoming
disagree,
nasty.
but we can all be friends and be nice.
Well, we
to
can at
each
least be like cordial enough to have a discussion without just constant like sociopathic abuse patterns going on. It's just, it's unlistenable.
Yeah.
Say what you want about Geo, yeah. But he does run a tight ship. When he's in the house, sometimes it gets, when he's not there, man, it gets crazy. But when he's there, man, he's like, wait. Please, can we just stop? Yeah. And reset. Let's talk about some real stuff here, man. Let's go.
And no talking over each other.
Let's talk about real stuff.
Yeah, I
man.
mean, people are getting into Papa Flurfs and all these like weird, deceptive, mocking,
Papa
ridicule things that have
Flurfs.
nothing to
That's
do with
true.
any
That's
conversation that's going on. It
Sure,
has
that's
nothing
fine.
to do with anything, dude. Many of us were in this before Witsit was even around. So calling somebody a Papa makes no sense other than just being a sociopath. Please don't be a sociopath here. If you want to do it on other channels, do whatever you'd like. We're going to moderate here to have some level of cohesive respect between each other to have these conversations.
Point being,
Yeah,
the
Gamma No
narrative
Hag. I asked
they
how
say
you
is
determine
direct
Earth curvature
quote
from refraction.
from people.
Okay.
So
yeah.
why is it always a parroted narrative and never something that came out from their own thinking?
All right, he asked you an actual question. He asked you, do you want to ask it again?
Well, I was asking
Yeah.
Gamma No Hag, and he, without appealing to any authorities, how are you able to determine refraction from Earth curvature, Gamma No Hag?
Because the degree of refraction that you'd have to invoke to make the observations that we see, thousands of observations of drop over distance, coincide with the
Okay,
Earth
you're
still
proving my
being
point.
flat.
Yeah, that was a bit of a Gish Gallop answer. Would you guys agree with that? You guys would agree with that. He kind of like, I don't know, had some buzzwords. I think he had a lot of buzzwords, man.
Refraction from Earth curvature, Gamma No Hag.
Because the degree of refraction that you'd have to invoke to make the observations that we see.
So the degrees of refraction that we would have to invoke to see a flat Earth would be
Thousands of observations of drop over distance coincide with the Earth
you're
still
proving my
being
point.
thousands of observations of what?
thousands of observations of drop over distance
Drop over distance. Thousands.
coincide with the Earth
you're
still being
Coincide with the Earth. What?
thousands of observations of drop over distance coincide with the
Okay,
Earth
you're
still
proving my
being
point.
flat.
Still being flat. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not ignoring
You
your
haven't
point.
been able to determine it yourself.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting, man.
If you're just appealing to what other people told
Yeah,
you.
do
That's
it
my whole
yourself, bro.
point.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that the degree of refraction you have to invoke to get the observations to coincide with the flat Earth is impossible.
So measuring something flat is impossible. Is that what he's saying? Measuring something flat is impossible. There's, yeah,
Invoke
okay.
to get the observations to coincide with the flat Earth is impossible. Sorry.
Wow.
Oh,
So,
okay.
nuh-uh.
Yeah, it is a not. I'm sorry.
That's a
So when things are
Doesn't
refracted,
coincide
they're
with reality.
usually
If I wanted your
heavily
opinion, I could have
distorted,
easily
and
just
things are, when
Googled
things
that,
are not
and
refracted,
it's not
they're
really
usually
thinking for
not
himself.
distorted, and that's a good metric to go by. I'm not parroting anything that someone told me here. I'm going by a very
just bad
valid
at debating. It's
observational
fine.
metric: the distortion within the objects.
These guys need to take people or notes from people in 24/7. This is just bad debating.
Well, there's a bit of a misdirection right there.
All right, can you please stop the attacks? I've asked you before to stop that. It's just completely unproductive and it's just toxic. So can you stop?
Okay. And enjoy the 2 days of fame you're gonna get because Artemis 2, and then your server will die again.
Oh,
Geo.
okay.
It's fine.
Spaceships. Enjoy. Enjoy your
It'll
blue
be
screen.
dead like it was a week ago.
Enjoy your blue screen.
Yeah, that guy's a cock. Huh? How about
Man,
that?
you go from green screen to blue screen.
Who's that vindictive fella? I just go back.
Is that the real Rick from 24/7?
I think he
Never heard
is
of it.
maybe in the wrong server. I don't know. I think he's lost. He keeps talking about other servers as if that's here. I don't know. I don't think. Are you? Do you know what server you're in?
Yeah, Earth Awakenings, the server that's going to die in another week after Artemis 2. Just like it was a week before when no one was in here, and it was you sitting alone.
Oh, it's not my recollection. It's been pretty busy for the past year.
Matthew, was
Really,
in there.
Matt?
Oh shit, Matthew learns. Yep. Welcome to Flat Flurf, man. Flat Flurf.
You're just
I like it.
You're just a smart guy. What do you know, Matthew?
I love you, Gamma.
And I'm a Glober.
Yeah, deranged one.
Matthew is not deranged. Boy, that was an attack. The poor guy. I like Matthew. He does good stuff, man.
No, I'm smart.
Are you?
I am.
Matthew learns is a fucking math professor and has a degree in computer science. He is a smart motherfucker, man. I've hung out with him many times. And this guy, this poor guy, man, Gamma, fuck, he doesn't even know who he's talking to. Poor guy.
I don't know many Globers who stick up for you, just gotta say.
Oh, they all do.
Wow.
What are you talking about?
They all do?
Well, okay, not everybody.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Is this like a popularity contest?
Wait a minute. I don't know one Glober that's against Matthew Learns. If you guys know one globe, just one fucking globetard that doesn't like Matthew Learns, let me know. Please write it in the chat and something. No. Every single globetard loves Matthew Learns. I'm
Okay,
pretty
not
sure.
everybody.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Pretty
Is this
sure.
like a popularity contest or something, Gamma? Is
What
that
the
what you
fuck?
imagine this whole thing to be? Sounds
I'm
like
just
it.
saying I don't know many people who.
Your
many
server's going to be
Globers
dead.
pick
No
up
one else
Matthew
likes you. Like it's just like some classic bullying or
Is this
something.
the same Rick from 24/7 with the?
It is classic bullying. He's right. It's like, you guys suck. Nobody come in here. Don't listen to Matthew. Don't listen to me. You guys are that's classic bullying. Classic.
Grab profile picture. It's the same Rick.
Never heard of it. No.
Bro, yeah, I wasn't trying to say you're lost as a human. I was just saying if you're lost in the wrong server, because you keep talking about other servers and other people that aren't here.
Dude,
So
I
just
know what
wanted
the
to
fuck
give
I'm
you
talking
the-
about. Do you think I'm that retarded?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
At the moment? Yeah.
At the moment.
That was a setup.
That Easter chocolate went to your head, man.
So is your only purpose you just want to like spit poison and try to get people triggered, or do you have any genuine desire to have a good conversation?
What conversation is there to have beyond the fact that you guys have nothing?
The ones that take place here in, day out.
We have nothing, man. We talk about free energy. We talk about weather. We talk about, vaccines. We can talk about all kinds of shit. This guy's so lost, man. I feel bad for him, man. Like, there are real conversations to be had about all kinds of cool stuff, but he's not willing to do it, man.
Yeah, no, Gamma, come on. I'm a Glober as well.
He's a Glober? Really? I could never tell.
You're obviously more intelligent than I am and have more stats and statistics and things. You can have a...
He don't have shit. Why is this guy defending him? He don't have fuck all, man.
A real good debate, I think, with these people, more than I can.
I totally doubt that, bro.
So let's not spoil it by, shouting names and being...
Once you've done this long enough, it just doesn't matter, okay?
No, but it does matter. It does matter. This conversation is important because I think, my humble opinion, is that flat earthers are misinformed. That they're not.
We're misinformed. Okay. Okay.
flat earthers are misinformed. They're not. They have no agenda about meanness or being horrible. That I feel that they are misinformed. Maybe they don't want to hear the truth, but they say the same thing to us. They don't want to hear the truth. They believe what they're told. NASA tells them, blah blah. So let's have a
Gamma Nohak's been here for
that.
8 years. He knows everything about flat Earth. He's that
Yeah.
addicted.
Probably
He
half
loves
your
flat
age.
Earth servers even for 8 years.
Right. The Mongo that comes in here and goes, "Hey, man," comes into the server and goes, "Hey, you guys don't know what you're talking about." For 8 years, he's been doing it. Okay. Good luck with that, bro.
Years.
Mate, and
that's
I am
weird.
addicted to it.
Yeah, so what are you
I
still
was addicted-
seeking and talking about flat Earth? What are you still seeking? You're obviously looking for something. What are you looking for?
I just do it for entertainment at this point.
His superiority complex, maybe some dignity floating around
We
out
can
there.
laugh at each other.
Still looking for it.
Are you asking me?
So what is
No,
entertainment?
yeah.
What does that mean? You want to insult
Entertainment.
people, try to get people to react, and then you find that entertainment, like a sadomasochistic kind of thing going on?
No,
He likes to punch
I don't
down
insult people without reason. But I will punch down, yes, you are. This,
You're a real strong man. Totally not
yes,
psychopathic.
You? Yes, yeah. But
Poor guy,
no,
man.
I mean, if
Poor
I want to have
guy,
a good
dude.
debate, I'll have a good debate.
Poor dude.
Yeah, and I guess kind of at this point, like I understand the frustration because I think somebody said, "Oh, I've been here for 8 years" or whatever. At this point, it's like we're always going to disagree, aren't we? We're always going to disagree. As much science or whatever we can come at you with, you're going to come with something else. So we're never going to agree. So what?
All right. Does Red Sea sound more drunk than I do? Or is he more coherent than I? I don't know. Red Sea's... He's been drinking. Can you guys hear that?
What? Where is the middle ground?
I think the misconception is that the way to go about debating this is really even trying to explain the science or causation to the other side. It's more of it's just a debate rhetoric test. You're not going to out-science anyone. You're not going to teach anyone anything.
We're not going to out-science anyone. You're not going to teach anyone.
No.
No.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Boy, the dude brought the giant 4.5-inch brush to a paint job that we're doing like micro trim around the door. I mean, he brought the big brush on that one, bro. You guys.
You're not going to out-science anyone.
You're not going to
You're not gonna
out-science anyone, bro.
or anything new.
Or learn anything new.
No. Okay.
Boy, he brought the big brush, man. You guys might as well just go away and go home because everything's been figured out. Everything's been, mapped and calculated, and we know everything. You guys know nothing. That's basically what he's saying. All right.
Yeah. It's a dance.
Yeah.
Fucker.
Yeah.
What a
A never-ending dance. It's a tango.
fuckhead.
Yes.
It's a poop
Yeah.
fighting
All right,
contest.
I
with
gotta
you
go
and
to
Gamma.
bed soon, man.
Is it what?
Nice
Fuckers.
dance. That ain't no dance.
Yeah, I'm trying to say that I don't think it's necessarily people trying to teach each other things or explain something to the other side. It's just a spectacle.
It is
people
what
put
you
on for
like
each
and
other.
how you use it.
What is that expression? The word. Oh God, give me a second. I'm so sorry.
I
Like willful ignorance.
don't think it's willful.
No.
Ruhif, are you here?
Nice try, though.
Am.
But is that what I mean, kind of willful ignorance or
an atmospheric
conscious
guy, right?
ignorance?
Don't appeal to Gamma.
You're a Ruhif. Oh my god, I'm retarded. You're a atmospheric guy, right?
Sure.
So you'd say that the conditions required to make the Earth appear flat, atmospherically, are quite impossible. Would you say?
Close to the surface, it's possible. From higher up, when you're looking through air that's above the surface,
Yeah.
no, it's not possible.
Yeah. You have professional background in this, right? And atmospheric fine.
Hang on.
Your is
You cut out
Badger.
Higgs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it me cutting out or what? No, mine's good. You cut out Higgs. No. Still roboting.
Robot Central, man. Sorry.
You're the top
You're roboting too. You're roboting too, Singlenza.
Everybody's robot.
Are they roboting for everyone else?
I can hear you. Am I robotic?
Yes. Oh yeah, it sounds like it, yes. Yeah, okay, I heard you perfectly, Matthew.
Yeah, me too. I heard him perfect.
Is it better now?
Better?
Oh no, it's Discord.
The whole channel just reset again.
Oh.
Yep. All right, say again.
No, I was just saying that you have a professional background in it, right?
No, fuck no.
Oh.
No.
Who am I thinking of that has?
No, fuck no.
Somebody else, I think. Why do I think it was?
The fact that you're looking for his approval is the proof of our whole
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
our
I thought it was somebody
That's
else.
pretty
You're
good.
not thinking for
That's
yourself.
good.
You're just looking to an authority to parrot whatever they're saying. Like
Yeah,
the
it's
whole
because they're
point of flat Earth is to discover ways of thinking that are new and thinking about the world other than what you've been told how to think.
So
It's
it's not
refreshing.
about determining the shape of the world.
It's about being critical. But that's what real science is. You're trying to falsify or you're being skeptical.
Okay. But a falsified flat Earth, so is that
That's
you
why
being
they should
skeptical?
probably even teach it in schools. Like, you shouldn't be taught what to think. You should be taught how to think and try to falsify it. And if you can't falsify it,
done.
then it must be this or that.
But that's been done, so what's next?
Yeah, but I'm not a person of infinite wisdom. I can't possibly master every aspect of physics or language or anything to be somebody who can come up with something novel all the time. Like, I have to rely on what I'm told, right? Also, some things are just true, right? Like, we've determined these cause and effect relationships with science. There is no reason to believe as of yet that these would be wrong. Not that they are unfalsifiable, because that's not how science works, but the relationships have been determined.
Yeah, and I agree with you there, Gamma, especially with what you just said before. Perhaps you don't know that the whole truth and can't explain it. However, you agree with what you're told, and that is the argument that flat earthers have against us. Is that, oh well, they're just told this stuff, so they agree with it because they're told it and they're taught in schools. But
Yeah, it's called mind control, bro. And you can check it out. Don't believe me? It's called mind control. All right, one more song. I gotta go, man. I gotta get the fuck out of here, man. I gotta go, man. All right, here we go. I gotta go to bed, man. I gotta work tomorrow,
I'm
man.
sitting in the railway station, got a ticket for my destination. On a tour of one night stands, my suitcase and guitar in hand. And every stop is neatly planned for a poet and a one-man band. Homeward bound, I wish I was. Homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping. Home, where my music's playing. Home, where my love lies waiting silently for me.
Every day is an endless stream of cigarettes and magazines.
And each town looks the same to me, the movies and the factories. And every stranger's face I see reminds me that I long to be homeward bound. I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping. Home, where my music's playing. Home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. Tonight I'll sing my songs again. I'll play the game and pretend that all my words come back to me in shades of mediocrity, like emptiness in harmony. I need someone to comfort me. Homeward bound, I wish I was. Homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping. Home, where my music's playing. Home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. Silently for me.
Take that, Mongos.
That was good.
That was good.
That was good.
I think
That was good. That was good. That was a good one. All right, man. Mongos, bro. Let's go. Mongos for life. That's right. OBP, man. The Mongos for life. All right. Good night, Mongos. Let's go. Cheers. All right. Cheers, Mongos. Keeping it real, man. Let's go. Fun night. Thank you. Mm.